crossing here. Definitely beavers here. Wow, that's gushing like crazy. Let's see where we can stop. This is such a tight road. Wow, can't believe that. Alright, before we go look at that, I want to check out this bridge right here, because I believe this is the same swamp, and I want to know why it's not going under this bridge. Oh, what the? I was here just a few months ago, and look at this, that took out the whole road. Is that stable? I want to know if I can drive through this on my way out of here. So let's check the road. Yeah, that's solid. I can go through that. No flow. There's got to be a beaver dam underneath this bridge. Yeah. Big old beaver dam. It's getting late. We only have like 20 minutes left of daylight. I'll be back to get this one in the morning. Check out that pile. They already have a reserve ready for when their dam gets taken down. Alright, even though there's a beaver dam underneath that bridge, the water doesn't look high. I think that beaver dam caused storm surge to not be able to fit under there, so it washed out the road at the lowest point, and that's how it's designed. They don't want the bridge to wash out, so they make it higher than everything else. All right, look at this. This whole hump here is a beaver dam. Look at that. The water's a foot above the road, and right here the water's like 2 or more feet above the road. It's a rocky road. It's not going to cause damage for a while. It's not a dirt road. This whole thing's a beaver dam. It's amazing how watertight the majority of it is. So the culvert that's right here, severely undersized, and the beavers will plug that thing like nothing. Did you see how much water was crossing the road down there and right here? This is way too small. Because it's so small, I don't think we can really do anything here. Because I don't believe it can fit through this pipe. Wow, these beavers used a lot of rocks in this dam. Yeah, this whole dam is built with rocks. I'm going to try to pull some of it apart here. And there's a friendly earthworm. Oh, another earthworm. Alright, so it's literally pointless. There's too much water here. Maybe this water somehow is supposed to be getting down to that bridge. I'm not sure what could be going on in the back of the swamp. But I am sure this culvert is too small. Look at the size of this culvert. Is that a 12-incher or an 18-inch? It looks like an 18-inch culvert. Definitely too small. A location like this really should have a 3 or a 4-inch culvert, or even another bridge. It's ridiculous that they think that pipe's gonna cut it. Look at the amount of water coming through here. If that pipe was fully opened, maybe this could fit through it. We haven't had a storm in like a week. Whatever storm surge would come through here would cause absolute havoc. Beautiful sunset today. I'm gonna walk back up to this bridge again. And we are going to check out that scenario. Maybe we can make a dent in this dam and set up a camera, see what the beavers do. It's already becoming dusk. Beavers are going to be active and very angry, but it's also a very big pond. It's not likely to get attacked at a big pond. Small ponds, it's more likely, even though it's extremely rare. Beavers don't want nothing to do with you. They just want to be left alone. So I want to see what kind of supports are under here. Are they metal I-beams? Probably. We'll be able to stick a camera upside down very easily. Damn. No I-beams, but that looks beautiful. Look at the orange from the sun. And we got some spider friends under here. All right, we got wooden beams, which this is actually maybe going to work. Let me explain what I'm going to do here. I'm also going to need some lights to work under here. That is beautiful. Maybe it's probably not going to be exactly where I want it, but we'll have a little bit of distance here to look at the beavers. I'm thinking I can use a tripod. I have a clamp tripod. I just bent that nail and I slipped. I can just clamp onto that, or technically even magnetic onto that. I like this one better. Can we bend that one? Yeah, and clamp onto that. Right in the center. Is there anything closer? No, there's only nails in those few. I'm going to grab a trail camera and I'm going to pull apart a good section by hand just to get the beavers' attention. That'll be cool to see them. It's not often when we can actually tear a dam open, but it's affecting a roadway, so we can do that. There's probably so many beavers living here. I'm not even going to try making any kind of permanent fix. This place needs trappers bad to relocate them. Beavers are miracle creatures at saving water. I don't like when people go around hunting them off, because you're not going to get much selling a beaver pelt or meat. A beaver can be worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in water storage. They just got to be in the proper spot to do it, so they won't mess with people. Cool, the sun still looks really pretty. These trail cameras, I don't know why, every one I've had in the past, it works great. A lot of people always wonder, why are the date stamps incorrect? It's because every trail camera I've had in the past, unless you remove the batteries or it dies, it remembers that stuff. You can turn it on and off as many times as you want and nothing happens. This model, as soon as I shut it off and back on, it forgets everything. See, I have it all set. Ready for time lapse, it says. I'm just going to close it, and I'm not going to mess with it. A lot of times, I like to mess with it because I like to see, did it get a good angle? I want to see what it did. But as soon as I go ahead and accidentally shut it off, yeah. So, we're going to go set this, and then we're going to rip part of this dam open. So the camera is going to be hanging right here. I knew this would come in handy someday. I just hope it grips that and doesn't fall, because it's a weird thing to be gripping. Alright. That's very tight. I do not see that falling for any reason. I think we're good. Just flooded my boot. That's okay. It's warm out. Now we're going to go ahead and just tear a good hole in that dam. All right, we just made the water rise a lot underneath this bridge. What I just did will make the water go down about 1 foot. That is if I don't do anything. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna add some deck screws to my toolbox. I could just simply screw a deck screw over where I want it and put that contraption. I do not have a deck screw on me, but perhaps I do have maybe a nail. But that's all right. We're gonna leave that as is. I have it doing time lapse today because I'm not exactly confident, unless it goes down here, that the camera will actually see the beaver. That's because sometimes if there's a lot of rapids, trail cameras just don't get them. I'm not sure why. It's just how it is. Now the water's pretty deep. Just want to give that a little bump down a little bit. It's so far away, it's definitely going to get everything in the frame. So yeah, that one's time-lapsing. That sound of water is going to drive the beavers nuts. We'll be back in the morning to check on everything. All right. Without a beaver trapper, I am genuinely curious how much water can fit through this culvert pipe. It's definitely undersized, but just maybe, if that culvert's deep enough, the differential pressure might cause a vacuum, and that would be the only hope of getting this to fit through it. We'll give it a quick try. At least this road's rocky. It should stay stable for quite a while. That was my last trail camera I used up over there. I brought 8 of them out this weekend. All the rest of them are in use. Maybe we'll catch something. How far down is this thing? Let me look on the other side. Oh, that's a deep one. A couple feet. These beavers put a lot of rocks in here. Gonna make it hard for me to pull apart. Bubbles. Oh, I feel the ribs of the culvert. How far does that thing go? Oh, the entrance is out there. If it's pulling, that means there's a hole in the culvert. Wow. I just heard it start blasting on the other side, just from what I did there. Huh. Wow. What a piece of junk. Just bought that thing like a month ago. Am I gonna be able to find that? Yes, I found it. I'm hoping I'll be able to fix that. I think I can. I got a hammer on me. I do not think I have nails, but I do have, I think, a couple screws maybe. I think I do, because my bumper on the front end is starting to fall apart, so I have it screwed together with a bunch of sheetrock screws, so I do think I have a few of them. Because what I'm going to do is, see this here? I'm going to grab my hammer. Yeah, see? That's too loose. I'm going to lose it. Until I get home and I can put like some kind of really good glue in there, I'm going to put a couple screws in here, hoping it stretches it enough. Is this... This is plastic. Great. So if I do create any pressure, I hope it directs it. If this was metal, it would direct it right against this. They find ways to make things so cheap these days. But when I just grabbed in here, yeah, I opened a ton of suction. Let's see if I can do any by hand. Yeah, the amount of suction down there is huge. Oh, that's it for today. I can hear it loudly echoing from the other side. Oh, stupid rake. From now on, I go out with 2. All right, we'll be back in the morning. Now we're gonna drive through that big flood up here after the bridge. Yep, the road is still solid. Whoever built that built it right. Wow, that road was all muddy too. But that one doesn't look like a very good road to be traveling down. It's so narrow. This is pretty narrow too. I'll probably head into town tomorrow and get another rake. All right, everyone, we're back in the morning and we're here to check out what's happened. On my way in, the water is barely crossing the street anymore. And I don't think it's from that culvert that I slightly unplugged. I think this is connected to that dam underneath the bridge, and it caused a major drawdown across the whole thing. So that bridge back there is responsible. So if that was removed, there shouldn't be flooding here. And in that case, I would say that's not stupid that that culvert's so small. Take a look at this. Got a new rake today just to get me through. See all the dust on the rake? They said it's been in the store quite a while. Only $7. So I'm happy about that. As you can see here, any water you see is not topping the dam anymore. It's just trickling through. There's barely anything. Whole pond lost about 6 inches overnight. And I think it's responsible from that bridge back there, because right here, once we get up to the culvert pipe, that's definitely not responsible, because you see that? A little bit of flow. That's not making up for what you just saw back there. This big hole is where it's really sucking. Yeah, just by touching it a little bit, we made it happen even more. Just gets sucked right into the hole. Now we're gonna go check out underneath that bridge. On my way out here, I saw this really cool truck with these super rugged tires. It looked like a military truck, the ones that are sand colored. This big raised truck, but somebody had turned it into an RV by putting a box on the back. All right, this whole area lost like 6 inches. Yeah, look at that. The Beaver Reserve right there. Doesn't look like they touched it. So, did the beavers even build back? No, they did not, but that is awesome. Look at that giant pile of suds. Cool. All right, got the big high boots on. We're gonna try to unclog more of this today. It's such a short bridge. It's gonna be kind of hard to work under here, but I'm gonna try to get this open a bit more. Drain the pond back all the way. Alright everyone, I'm gonna go see how deep it is on the other side. I just can't work in here. I'm cramping so bad having my knees bent like this. So I just opened that more. That'll get it to drain about 18 inches now if it's not touched by the beavers. All right, everyone, we got a lot flowing. There is still a little bit of a dam in there. If it still appears to be a problem, I will remove it when I check in tonight. Now let's look on the other side. See right here? There's some debris stuck there that's making this not flow as fast as it should be. Let's quickly get that. All right, everyone, pretty good. That's pretty good. We got a lot flowing. That's gonna drain the pond now about 2 feet, and that'll definitely get it off every section of the road by tonight. And if beavers don't return, great. The dam was not necessarily brand new, but I don't think the beavers are trapped because that pile right there, their reserve that they planned on adding to the dam with, is brand new. Hopefully by the time we come here tonight, that big flood will be off the road. And that other one with the tiny undersized culvert, hopefully will be completely dried up by then. We will return tonight in another 8 hours or so. We are preparing for this to be a hot, sunny day. So this here should get out of here. They do have a beaver dam here, keeping it, the water level is still slightly above the road, but that's quickly changing. All right, everyone, we are back. We're gonna put this trail camera back out here. That would actually made a really cool time lapse last night. The water slowly dropping and that giant pile of foam forming. That looked really cool. So if the beavers build back tonight, anything, I want to get it on camera. The water dropped so much since this morning, but I saw a beaver when I just drove in here over this bridge. I was just passing through, wasn't even gonna photograph anything, but I saw one. Now that puddle in the road is now well below the water in the pond, so that should eventually dry up. I saw splashing out there when I went over the bridge. Has anything been rebuilt? Doesn't really look like it. See those sticks right there? I couldn't even tell they were on a rock when we started yesterday. Right there. Couldn't even tell those were resting on a rock. But those are fresh. I'm wondering if the beavers will do anything tonight, so let's leave a camera here. That's just about as low as we could do it. Maybe we could get it down another 6 inches, but we already lost 2 feet. This is not a fun place to be walking. I kept accidentally hitting my back on these beams and it hurts. Oh. Need an excavator for the rest of this. The whole bottom portion of this dam, there's so many rocks in it that they use to strengthen it. It makes it so much harder to pull apart. Everything is anchored so well here with these rocks. Whoa! Now my butt's wet. Wow, what a change. Occasionally it sucks air and it makes a giant burp out the other end. Draining back. Now right here in this big puddle, I already threw a few of them back in the pond. I'm gonna try to get more. There's a bunch of bullfrog tadpoles, and amazingly, they don't seem to have much fear. I was able to just pick them up. Let's look for one. Oh, those aren't the bullfrog ones. There's also a bunch of tiny ones. We'll never get them all. At least they won't just go to waste. As this puddle dries up, birds will be sure to pick them off. Hey everyone, it's morning time. Check it out. That gigantic flood is completely gone now. And now that it's gone, it does look like this gravel was added to get rid of some of the mud at some point. Before we started, it was pouring out right here. That dam is about a foot above the road. Now the water is 2 feet behind it. So eventually when the beavers build back, it's going to take a while to fill up this massive swamp again. But this is more of a normal level. See how the grass is kind of dying on the bottom? This whole area typically has water around this level. That's a brand new thing just in the past few months that the beavers were able to rise it so much. Take a look at these lily pads. You can see the stringy stem because they were floating 2 feet higher. Just take a look at the water line on that big rock. We're gonna go take a look at the dam. Barely any of the dam left. I don't believe they actually built back anything. Kind of surprised. I definitely saw one lone beaver. When I first came on the site, I thought there was gonna be multiple beavers based on how this dam comes up to the bridge. Far down there, it continues for like another quarter mile, the entire dam. A giant family of beavers built that, but where are they? The beaver hunters and trappers have been doing a lot of work this year. A lot of the clogs that we find, beavers don't even show up when there's evidence of it being a primary pond. That's because they're all being relocated or hunted. We've been really cracking down on this stuff this year. So a lot of times I find dams that just haven't been removed yet, but the beavers have already been removed. And that's why they're not always being built back. I'm gonna go underneath that bridge now, grab my camera, and I'll show you everything at the end of the video that the camera found. All right, everyone, now we're coming down to that other section of the beaver pond where it wraps back around to the road. This flood right here, the only way we're gonna get rid of this is lowering this water even more. This area has lowered about the same as down by the bridge since it's all somehow connected. Yep, we'll easily be able to get this thing fully open. The culvert definitely has a hole in it. That's why water was going in that other part. Woo! All right, everyone, camera number 2 is running. Got to do this by hand. Oh, a big rock just started tumbling. Another massive log. I can't get it out until I excavate it a little bit. Rocks tumbling through the culvert I thought was someone playing music at first. Here we come. Come on out, big log. These beavers are strong creatures to be able to put things like this in there. Oh, it's covered in leeches too. All right, we got that thing fully open now. Awesome. That'll drop this whole area back another 18 inches. And that'll surely get that puddle off the road by the end of the day. Great. This went very well. Cleaning off my boots. Nice, it's fully open. I didn't touch that the past 2 days we were here. Reason being, when we started, the water was here. We've already dropped nearly 2 feet. The pressure was tremendous. I wouldn't have been able to pull those logs out of there by hand if I would have tried 2 days ago. But now that I realize the bridge is down there, this culvert does make sense. Do I still think it's undersized? Yes, I do. All right. When this drops back, you can see the end where it starts to dip. There's still going to be about 2 feet of water here. So it's going to concentrate whatever might be living in here, but it's not going to completely dry up. So there's no concerns here for the swamp. It's just going to go back to normal. See all the grass is all dead on the bottom? It's because for years in the past, it got used to this. It suddenly got flooded and it started getting used to this year. Now it's going to go back. We got a ton of water coming out the other side. Camera number 2 off. Looks amazing. Yep. And we'll be back possibly tomorrow or tonight to see if that last flood there in the road goes away. All right, everyone, we're back about 6 hours later, and here's what has happened. Barely any flow. This has dropped back to about its lowest point possible. That puddle will slowly recede. It should slowly recede. This whole road looks like it's been completely washed out during whatever storms. Just like that patch down there where I showed you they filled in a little bit. This whole road, if it's ever going to be used again for heavy traffic, is going to have to be completely rebuilt. It will be used again, I just don't know when. Hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Take a look at that cute bunny rabbit just laying down on the edge of the road. I can't believe I'm this close and it hasn't run away yet. It's definitely gonna run away as I approach it. Wow. He's not moving. You know, my whole childhood, I always hated salads, but I'm glad I gave them a try last year, because I really like them now, and it's a good way to stay healthy. There's a lot of things I used to hate when I was little, but I've been giving them all a try lately, and I seem to like them. Yeah, kids seem to not like weird things. I was sitting here looking at that dead tree up there, right? And I noticed the stump of it. The beavers did this. They tried to knock over this gigantic tree into the lake so they could build a lodge. Since it's probably not for a dam, they don't need one if they're in the lake. Look at that. Beavers did that. And there's a bunch of others around here. Like that one there. Looks like they had a little more success. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.